about villains, specifically female, well, no, villains in general, very little of them strike my fancy, and I barely relate to any of them. The Joker is carefree. I like the dark humor a lot. Mark Hamill brings about. That's great. Harley as a villain, I have to agree with Nerdette's Newsstand. I like her as a Joker's sidekick punching bag. Although I liked her more in Injustice 1 and 2. I don't know if she had something of a psychotic break in between 1 and 2 that made it to where she's kooky in the head again. But, well, they just really wanted to play up her kooky shtick for the second one. So. More than likely than anything. As far as my favorite female villain, the first female villain, I think, if we're talking about crushes on fictional characters, I had a crush on Carmen Sandiego when I was a kid. Wear a lot of red, long dark hair, yeah, probably tall too. Then we've got. I don't know, it's something, believe it or not, of all things, I found a certain variation of Killer Frost appealing. Of all things. Simply because it's, can I break through that ice and convince her to be, not hateful of me? I think that says more about me, it says a lot more about me than it does the actual character. About, now, if I were to, now we're talking about an idea of a antihero that I had for the DC universe, because I can't really think of good characters to think of for Marvel. I can't do it for some reason. I think it would be a good idea. Yes, it would be based on me, because, well, I'm a dork and I'm narcissistic, so, mind you, I'm not without my flaws, so I would not make it, he's perfect and everybody likes him. No, none of that. None of that. If anything, he would be the slowest speedster, but he makes up for it in higher reflexes, in a higher fighting ability, and a higher healing factor than the other speedsters. And that being said, he's still no slouch. In fact, he would not see to it that any villain that he comes across to live, because it doesn't make any sense to. I understand from a writer's perspective, if the villains just go bye-bye every time a hero comes around, there's no one else to write for, because the hero normally wins. That being said, someone like Joker, oh yeah, I can't, because any victims that person accumulates, that's not just on him, that's on you for letting that psycho live. Let's see. So, one of the bigger conflicts between this anti-hero speedster would be between him and Batman. And he would come to understand why Batman doesn't kill himself. I mean, does not kill villains himself. Batman's not going to off himself. And he would even understand why, come to understand why Superman won't. But he cannot abide by that ruling himself. Like, I always thought of one neat thing is spinning poison ivy so fast, or specifically running with her by her hair, and then attempting to throw her, gain so much velocity, and letting go at a certain point on Earth, see if he can't launch her into the sun. Recover from that bitch. It's comics. They would write it in there somewhere. Death. I got better. As that joke goes. Then, even going so far as to putting maybe even Harley Quinn and a just randomly plucked citizen in a situation where only one of them can be saved and the other one will die to Batman. And of course, when he does this, Batman saves Harley because he's Batman and he did his research on the speedster in question. And of course, the person, the civvy was saved. Well, was never in really any real danger, I should say. I know you. I know you wouldn't do this. You would. You fucking Gary Stu is what he would say to that. That basically, I think any comic that I would have the idea for is the person. There would be jabs at Batman being overpowered in terms of, oh, you never win a fight with Batman twice because with enough prep time he could beat anyone. It's like even there might even have to be one point where he goes, "How do you know anything about me? I'm Batman." And that's enough of my possibly nonsensical ranting. There's a quick glimpse of how I view comics, and not very encompassing. There you go.